me do that. You're too sensitive.
Gaslighting.
I never said that.
Gaslighting.
You're being irrational.
Gaslighting.
Sound familiar? One of the buzzwords of the last few years.
Gaslighting.
But what the fuck does it even mean? And more importantly, how does it work and what does it even sound like? Yes, this highly abusive and manipulative tactic has been exposed for the world to see. Its insidious and splintering nature.
Narcissists and other manipulators and abusers of the world.
We can now see the wizard behind the curtain. In this video, we are going to look at how this manipulative trick works and what are some actual gaslighting phrases. 12 of them to be exact. Gaslighting is a sneaky fucker, so best be armed with knowledge so that you can protect yourself. Cue music.
Potty, she talking naughty. Here to help your trouble, she don't judge nobody. Even if you're not at your top and it's a lie, she try to make you see a different train of thought.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the Pottymouth Guru and my mission is to help you learn how to unfuck yourselves one video at a time. Let's just jump straight to it. We hear the word gaslighting all the motherfucking time. Everywhere. In all situations. In context and out of context. But what the fuck even is it? I find a lot of the definitions that are out there are super convoluted. So I just made a simple one here for you guys and for myself. Definition time! Gaslighting is a powerful and highly manipulative form of abuse and psychological control. When someone says and does things systematically that make you question your own reality, perception, or memory of situations, events, and even yourself. How it works. The gaslighter is going to start with small lies, but the volume of misinformation grows and grows and grows. The gaslighter is going to accuse the victim of lying if they start to question or argue with the gaslighter's narrative. Sometimes you'll get some positive reinforcement and some love bombing that confuses the fuck out of the victim, whilst at the same time they might try to turn the victim's family and friends against the victim by talking smack, saying the victim is lying, is delusional, or they play the victims themselves. How it feels. Confusing as fuck. Like you're losing your damn motherfucking mind. Ever increasing self-doubt, fueled by the gaslighter telling the victim what they feel, what they remember, or think that those things are wrong. They will wear you the fuck down. This is a long game to establish confusion that forces the victim to become dependent and rely on the gaslighter's version of reality. Big question. Is it intentional? Not always. Sometimes a person might not be aware to know that they're being manipulative. But regardless of the gaslighter's level of self-awareness, it absolutely does not excuse manipulative and abusive behaviors. And for the most part, gaslighters specifically are aware of what they're doing. And their actions and words are intentional. Another note, people who gaslight don't necessarily have a personality disorder. They might be abusive, they might be cheaters, they might be gamblers, etc. This is a tactic used by anyone who essentially doesn't want you to see the truth of the situation, regardless of what the situation is, and to keep you under their control. So the main tactics of gaslighting: deflection, minimizing, confusing the fuck out of you, undermining your credibility. They make it impossible to disagree. But once they establish that you're crazy, unstable, a liar, a failure, lost your motherfucking mind, then everything you say in disagreement will fall into that narrative and ends up being used to build that case against you. The more fight you put up, the more the gaslighter is gonna say, see? I told you you were fucking crazy. I told you you were Now, I have to say that this tactic is truly all about self-preservation, rather than a tool of like ultimate destruction of you most of the time. But in the process of that self-preservation, they don't give two flying rat motherfucking fucks, and usually don't have any insight about the impact of this behavior on the people around them, including you. Okay, so what does it sound like? Here are 12 common phrases of the gaslighter. Number 1, you're being too sensitive. You're overly emotional. Everything bugs you. I mean, you make a big deal out of everything. This is invalidating and dismissive of the experience that you are having, the feelings that you have. And this can make you question your experience and question your feelings and who you even are as a person. This is minimizing and deflecting. It's essentially to get the person to back down because they don't want to be called out for their shit motherfucking behavior. And oftentimes, like, kind of is a big deal. Like, they'll do this shit with like cheating or fucking gambling all your money away. So like, you might be crying because they did or said something hurtful, and they'll say something like that to deflect away, and they end up making it all about you and something you did wrong, like being too sensitive. It's like feeling that you fucked up or like are in trouble because you got sad. Number 2, this is your fault. It's your fault I cheated. If you paid more attention to me, if you weren't such a starfish in bed, it's your fault I hit you. You're just such a bitch and you push my buttons. A gaslighter is like never gonna take responsibility for their actions. Fucking ever. They just gonna blame it on everybody the motherfucker else. And then you end up apologizing. It's like a bait and switch. Number 3, what did I do to you? Now, a normal person might actually ask this question if they genuinely don't know what they did to hurt you. A gaslighter motherfucker knows that they hurt you, but they're pretending to play stupid. This is straight up denial. And it ends up putting you in a position where you're questioning it. Number 4, I'm sorry you feel that way. First of all, that's not really an apology, is it? It redirects the problem right the motherfucker back to you as if it's your fault that you feel that way, rather than the cause being something that they did or said. They apologize for how you feel rather than apologizing for their own behavior. Number 5, I didn't say that. I mean, that's not even something that I would say. You're making shit up. That never happened. I mean, this could be like about a conversation that you had a month ago, a week ago, yesterday, 5 minutes ago. I have a parent that was a gaslighter. I'd be watching my parents having an argument, and they'd say something fucking berserko, and then the other parent would be like, how could you say that? Or, oh my god, I can't believe you just said that. And in the next breath, the gaslighting parent would say, I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth. How can you say that I'm saying that? And then the other parent was like, you just said that like 5 seconds ago. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I was right here. I never said that. You're putting words in my mouth. I remember when I got old enough to like understand what was going on, I'd side with the parent that was like, you know, because I'm listening to the conversation, so I'd be like, no, parent, you said that. No, I didn't. And you just want to rip the fucking hair out your head. I mean, this person is living in their own fucking reality. And the knee jerk is to question ourselves. Did that actually happen? Did I imagine it? Did they actually say that? Did I misunderstand what they said? All normal responses, just so you know. You're not fucked up, you're not crazy, you're not stupid. This is a thing. And just so you know, that shit is a motherfucking purpose. To make you question your experience and your thoughts of what happened. This is to deflect away from them. It is straight up denial that is playing into the narrative that you be crazy. Number 6, you made me say that. You made me do that to you. It's your behavior that made me this way. Similar to the it's your fault thing. This is super common when a gaslighter is being called out. You made me yell at you. If you didn't get so anxious, I wouldn't have called you those names. They're blaming you for their shit behavior rather than taking responsibility. Number 7, it's not a big deal. Gaslighters are minimized as extraordinaire. Fuck the impact it has on you. You're a pussy. You're thin-skinned. You can't handle anything. You make a mountain out of a motherfucking molehill. When really, you have a right to talk about the shit that is bothering you. And they will say this about like everything. Like big things. Like multiple affairs. Gambling your house away. Calling you a Either way, you should be able to express what you're feeling and what you're experiencing in a safe way, openly. Number 8, you have no right to feel that way. It's stupid to feel that. You're not sad, you're just trying to manipulate me. Projection. No, you don't feel that. Nah. They're gonna tell you what you motherfucker feel. Here we have the gaslighter playing judge and jury to your emotional state and straight up telling you that your emotional world and experiences are not valid and you don't have a right to feel what you do. As if feelings aren't spontaneous experiences based on chemical reactions in your brain and your body. I mean, what were you thinking? This really makes people doubt themselves. Number 9, you need help. You're broken. This is just straight up to blatantly say that you are the problem and that you are the one that needs to be doing the changing, not them. This is one of the many ways that a gaslighter can condescend and patronize you. This also helps to paint that picture that you be crazy. Also, this is to feed into the narrative that you're weak and that you have to rely on them. This is to have control over you. You can't exist without them. Number 10, I didn't mean it. I mean, it was a joke, so it doesn't count. It's not my fault you can't take a joke. Good old minimizing. Just to clarify, they definitely mean it. Definitely. Whether they're trying to backpedal because their shit comment upset you, or whether they're just being passive aggressive. They motherfucking mean it. This is very similar to you're being too sensitive. This is dismissive and it helps establish that you're crazy narrative thing. And this also makes you question your own feelings. 11. Why are you always coming at me all the time? You just nag and take everything personally. You're attacking me. Another good old bait and switch. Deflection extravaganza. Flipping the situation to make it seem like you're the one who did something wrong and that they're the victim. And that's their favorite, being the victim. As they victimize you, they accuse you of victimizing them. The gaslighter is always a victim in their story. Number 12. You're fucking crazy when you have any feelings whatsoever. It all falls into that category. Tears, anger, rage, frustration, annoyance, deflection, minimizing, playing into the narrative that you're the problem, making you question your own reality. Like if you've ever accused someone of lying and you get this as a response on your first accusation, especially, there is a high probability that you very well might be correct that they are lying. I mean, you can see the through line with all of these, okay? All of them sort of establish the same shit. You're crazy, the problem is you and not them. And if this all sounds familiar, there is indeed a high chance that you are being gaslit in your relationship with this person. This is one of the most insidious ways of being abused. Questioning our reality and feeling like we've lost our fucking minds and possibly losing sight of who we are. This is some crazy making shit and a game that you absolutely cannot win. They're gonna twist things and bat shit back to you every single time. So if this is your reality, how do you manage? Stay tuned to next week when we look at some ways to deal with this kind of behavior. Know that you are not alone. And if you are in a dangerous situation, please seek out help. I will have a whole bunch of stuff in the description of organizations that you can reach out to for help if you are in a dangerous situation. Anyways, thanks so much guys for tuning into this video. And if you dug it, I want you to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and share that shit with somebody who you think might benefit from this information. All right, guys, I shall see you next week. Go have yourselves a dope-ass motherfucking week, my fellow gurus. Bye.